Hi everyone, it's Angela from Cakeangel, and in today's tutorial for the 12 Trees of Christmas, I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas tree out of fondant. And for this I'm using 160 grams of marshmallow fondant. I'll pop the recipe link above for you so you can have a go at trying to make that yourselves. And we're going to be making a nice festive scene with the tree on some wooden flooring and some presents around it. So first thing I'm going to do is unwrap my fondant. This has been pre-coloured already with a mix of avocado and forest green. I'm just going to give it a knead in my hands to warm it through. And fondant is always a lot easier to work with if you warm it up first. It'll make it a little more pliable, and also you'll get a smoother surface when you're working on it. Now, due to the technique that we're using with our Christmas tree, we don't need it to be perfectly smooth. So see these lines here? I'm not too concerned about those if we don't get rid of them fully. Normally, if you were making something and you needed it to be perfectly smooth, you just have to knead it for a little bit longer to remove all of those lines. But again, not too worried about that for this tree. As you'll see when we make it, we're actually going to change the texture of it quite considerably. So next I'm going to pop it down on my board, give it a press down. We want to make a nice base for that. You can see it's already flattened it off a little bit for us. And then I'm going to use just this smoothing motion between my hands to try and form the fondant into a cone shape, which is replicating the tree. And you'll see that this comes together really easily, and I'm starting to just move my hands up slightly whilst I'm smoothing it, which will elongate that cone and make it a little bit taller. And there you go, that's about the right shape that we need. I'm going to go a little bit taller with it. It's entirely up to you whether you take this to a peak or not, but we are going to be adding a star to the top of it, so it doesn't need to be a perfect peak on the top. Now, because it is a lot of fondant as well, it will start to flop over a little bit. Again, I wouldn't worry about that for now. We're going to be changing it. I'm just going to dust my board so that I can have a final smooth with it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is take a modelling tool. You could use a barbecue skewer for this as well if you have one. And this is going to help to support the fondant whilst I'm working on it. And you see already it's holding its shape nicely, which is perfect. Now when I'm working on a tree of this side, I like to hold it in my hand as well. So I'm just going to dust it so that it doesn't stick to my hand. And I'm kind of cupping it here. I'm not really holding it flat, just cupping it slightly. And then I'm going to use my long pointed scissors and I'm just snipping into the fondant. Okay, let's move that down a bit so you can see what we're doing. So I'm going in and snipping, in and snip. So you can see when I do that, the way that you snip it will actually force the branches to actually fold outwards a little bit too, which gives it a little bit of detail, a little bit of whimsy as well, which is really nice. And there's no pattern to this, I'm just going around randomly. You could do them all in line if you wanted to, or just keep going until you get all the way to the bottom of the tree. It does take quite a while to do this, just to get all those branches on there. And you'll notice that, see, the fondant is starting to bend over slightly. That's just purely due to the weight of the fondant and the way I'm holding it. We can straighten all of that back up once we've finished making all of our cuts. So keep going, keep adjusting it in your hand as you work your way down. That's looking good so far. So if you're making a half-size tree, that's what it would look like, and you could just cut the bottom off if you didn't want one as tall as this. We're going to keep going. And I'm just repositioning it in my hand to make it a little easier. You can see again I'm cupping it in my hand rather than it being flat. And that just helps me roll it a little bit so I can turn it around. Okay, let's get these last few rows done. And I find that if you have scissors that have that slight bend in them, it does give it a little bit more of a curl in the branches, but if you don't have those type of scissors, you just have straight ones, it's going to work out perfectly fine too. I'm just going to hold on to the modelling tool to do the last little bit. It makes it easier, I find, when you're working on the bottom. You can see all those nice details as we've worked our way down the tree, and by going from top to bottom you always ensure that the branches at the top stand out over the branches from the bottom. I'm just going to finish those last little bits at the end. Now don't forget, because this is going on a flat surface, it doesn't matter if you don't do the entire bottom of the tree, as those branches are going to be covered by our decorations. And there we go. It's a really quick and easy design for you to make. Now you can go back with something like a Dresden tool, as I have here, and just kind of push up any of those branches that have been pressed down a little whilst you were working on it. Again, it's entirely up to you whether you want to go around and smooth up some of those branches or not. We're making a tree and they're all completely different, so whatever you do is perfectly fine. As you can see that the fondant holds the shape really nicely. And I like that it gives it that nice little ruffled effect in between the branches as well. Just adds some more detail and a little bit more realistic. So there you go, our tree is finished. It is quite tall. The next thing we're going to do is add it to our board. Okay, so let's move this to one side, and next I'll show you the board that we made. So earlier I rolled out some brown fondant and I just scored it with my spatula to give the effect of floorboards. And I used some edible glue to attach that to my cake board. So now to attach our Christmas tree, I'm just going to put some edible glue on the bottom. And the edible glue is just made up of a mix of water and a little bit of Tylose powder, which is dissolved. And I'm just going to go back with my Dresden and just tidy up a couple of those branches that were flattened off. So this is going to make a really nice centerpiece for your table for the holidays, or you could even pop it on top of a cake as well. And these sorts of decorations will last for a long time, so some people will actually keep them and bring them out every year. When there's so much sugar in your fondant, it will last for a long time, so if you keep it in a dark cupboard, you can always bring it out every year as a nice centerpiece. And it will take quite a while for this amount of fondant to dry. The edges will obviously dry off quickly, but the middle of the tree will take a lot longer, probably several days. Okay, next thing we're going to do is add our decorations. So I've made a star using a silicone mold for this tree. I'll pop a link in the video to show you how to make these, and it's been dusted with a silver luster dust just to give it a nice colour. And I've just applied that with some edible glue so that it sticks to the top of the tree. And next we're just going to decorate around the tree with some presents. Now these are all made from fondant as well. I just used a variety of colours and moulded different shapes and sizes with my hands. And I'm sticking these onto the board with edible glue as well. All of the bows and details that you see are also made of fondant. So I've just rolled sausages for the bow detail and the ribbon on the sides of the presents. And we're just positioning them around the tree to make sure that we have a nice full design. So we're going to put some at the front again. And the ones that you see with the spots, these were actually made by making really small circles of a different colour fondant and pressing them into the main present, and then actually rolling it slightly on the board to flatten it off. So we're just going to continue adding things around the tree. And you can add as much detail as you like when you're making something like this. I wanted to keep it fairly simple and just have a variety of shapes and colours. But you could add gift tags to them if you wanted to. You could write on things as well if you wanted to. Pipe designs with royal icing. Really, the possibilities are endless with something like this. It's more about how much time you have and what look you're trying to achieve. So again, the small ones that I've made like this one, just little balls of fondant that I've rolled, and you do want to be more precise and make sure there are no lines in those when you're making something that is meant to replicate a ball. Again, the little red one with the dots has the same technique as the blue one, just little bits of white fondant pressed on and then rolled slightly to make it look like it's one continuous piece of fondant. You just got a few more to add. And you might find that you need to move a few things around as you're placing them, just to make sure you don't have any really big gaps. And two more little ones. And with the longer piece, I'm actually going to show you how to make a present so you can get a better idea of how easy it is to do this. Okay, so that's the tree and the display done. As you can see, lots of nice colours and different shapes and sizes, and it's a really cute and effective design. I think it would look really lovely on top of the Christmas cake. So next I'm going to do a quick run through of how to make a present with fondant. So I'm going to roll up this little piece of yellow fondant just to warm it up. I want to make it nice and smooth again. So for these, as I mentioned earlier, you want them to be smooth because you don't want to have any lines showing. They're meant to replicate wrapping paper, so we want to keep a nice smooth design for them. And then I'm just going to roll it in my hand. By using the palm of your hand, you can get a really nice surface, I find, and the heat will help to work out all of those lines. And then you just press it into whatever shape you like. So I'm just going for a slightly rounded shape for this one. And then I'm going to attach it to the cake. And there we go. I think that looks great. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Something a little different, just to show you that fondant is really easy to work with. Let's have a good look around the tree. I wonder if you can guess what any of the gifts are. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and make sure you check out the other tutorials in the 12 Trees of Christmas series. Thanks for watching and have a Merry Christmas.